We expect that of our clients, particularly business owners, and we're concerned if they do not have that in place. And so we really challenge them to build a leadership team. I'll never forget, I was working with a client of mine, and she had started this company in her garage and grown it to today. That's a $20 million company. But I remember time and time again saying, you have got to develop a leadership team. And what I was really telling her is that you've got to develop management succession. She had one daughter who decided to come into the business, the other did not. And then she began adding a CFO and adding a head of sales and adding warehouse management. And today, she has management succession. Even outside of her daughter, there are other individuals that can clearly lead this company. But it took her probably 20 years to get there, because she didn't feel as if anyone could do it other than herself, and certainly not the way that she would do it. And so I think that stands in the way, I think, of many times having management succession, is making sure that there is someone with whom you're training to succeed you. There is one nonprofit here that I think has done it exceptionally well, and it was Edina Wortham Theater. John Ellis was the executive director and had been so for many, many years, but he had another person, probably in the last 5 or 10 years, who was kind of walking in his footsteps, was going to New York, viewing different venues that they would bring to Asheville. And so when he decided to retire, she was right there to be able to step in and take over. And it was an easy decision for the board. They didn't necessarily have to do a nationwide search, although they properly did a search, but they realized that what they had already on staff was more than sufficient. And so I've commented to John on many occasions saying, you have done this transition correctly and better than anyone else that I know. You have truly spent the time and invested the time in an employee who was skilled, educated in this area to succeed you, and was able to keep her while he was still executive director, because I'm sure she had opportunities to go elsewhere. But I think he clearly shared with her his desire for her to succeed him. And it's not easy finding that right person, because that individual may not be a part of your team today, may not be a part of your corporation today. But it's important that that person exists. It really is important that person exists. Yeah. I think that's the issue for us too. Is there are a lot of family businesses here in Western North Carolina, started by either grandparents or parents, and they're in either second or third generation. And sometimes those generations don't want to be a part of the business. There's an expectation within family that you will, but I know of several that they've chosen to have other careers outside of the business. And so that makes it even more challenging, or certainly can. But vital, very vital. And again, from our perspective, as we underwrite clients, we want to make sure that there's someone there that could step in should anything happen to the owner, whether it's a spouse or another family member or another coworker. Yeah, that's part of our underwriting process.